After the crazy year that just ended in 2022, many people have decided to look at relocating to another state. The idea that the grass is greener on the other side isn't always true, but there are definitely some states in the US that are more enticing and overall better to be able to live in than others. The tricky part of trying to figure out which state is the best is that your opinion is probably far different than somebody else's, and what you value as important in a state could be the furthest thing from mattering to another. However, when comparing states on this list, we thought that it would be best to include some concrete criteria for being able to determine how to rank the best states in the entire country. Factors included were if a state possessed great healthcare, good schools, low crime rates, had a good economy, or even it's simply a beautiful place to live. Whatever metric you want to use, it's hard to argue against any of the states we've included on this list. So, here's a look at the top 10 best states to live in America for 2021. Number 10, Colorado. Colorado starts our list off with plenty of great reasons to support its position here. The state is well known for being a skiing and snowboarding mecca, especially when you consider the iconic cities of Denver and Aspen, which play host to millions of international tourists a year. Outside of that, there's some great reasons to pack up and relocate. The economy is diverse and known for its stability ranking as the top out of all 50 states. The state has an offering of plenty of job opportunities in cities like Boulder and Colorado Springs, as well as across the entire state, really. Colorado is also a pretty healthy place to live, with the lowest obesity rate in the country. Number 9, Nebraska. So there's more to Nebraska than corn husking. And yeah, I know, that kind of sounds corny, but hear us out. Nebraska is a pretty gorgeous place, and if you ever have the opportunity to check it out, I'd be willing to bet you'd agree as well. Since it has a generally low population in relation to many other states on this list, you'll end up finding that many of its housing and insurance offerings are quite affordable and well below the national average. Unemployment is extremely low here too, and there's a great balance of urban and rural living. 5 Fortune 500 companies are even located in Nebraska, so they got that going for them as well. Number 8, Massachusetts. Good old Massachusetts, home of warm clam chowder and the Boston Red Sox. Cape Cod is renowned for its summer living and a vacation hotbed, but the rest of the state is a highly desired place to be able to set up shop as well. It's a state with some of the highest education in the nation, within the top 5 for lowest crime rates, and has some of the best overall healthcare in the entire country, ranking second overall. There are some of the most prestigious universities in the world here too, with Harvard, MIT, and Northeastern attracting some of the best and brightest all over the globe. If you're a bit of a history nerd, you'll even enjoy all there is to see and experience here too, with deep colonial roots on full display all over Boston and much of the state. Number 7, Virginia. When they're not getting musically overshadowed by their neighbors in a certain John Denver song, they're doing pretty well. Due to a close proximity to DC, there is an ample number of jobs available, and many of them can be very high paying. In the top 10 for education, the public school system in Virginia is known to be one of its strengths, along with some of the most well-preserved universities. The state is also highly desired for its beauty, and it has a large appeal due to many attractions and climate. Number 6, Maryland. Similar to Virginia, Maryland mooches a good deal off its proximity to the nation's capital. There are some exceptionally fine colleges and universities in the state, and healthcare is near the top of the list for best in the country. Johns Hopkins Hospital has ranked as the top hospital in the nation for well over 2 decades. Hopefully, you'll never have to experience why that is firsthand, but if you do, you'll be glad that you're living close to it. The state also offers some of the greatest coastal views and experiences, with Ocean City being one of the most trafficked vacation towns on the East Coast. Number 5, Vermont. Vermont begins our countdown as one of the top 10 best states in the country, and for good reason. For New Yorkers who are sick of high taxes, government mismanagement, city life, or just their creepy governor, Vermont is often a haven for retirees that enjoy the cooler climate, and for younger people looking to live in the great outdoors. Crime is virtually non-existent here, ranking as the second lowest rated state for crime, and the population tends to be highly educated, ranking as the 8th highest in the country. Vermont probably gets on this list for its sheer natural beauty alone, and if you love skiing and snowboarding, but don't really have the ability or desire to head out west, Vermont is the place you want to be. Number 4, Utah. Remember how I say that Vermont was the place to go if you don't want to head out west to ski and snowboard? Well, right behind Colorado, Utah is probably one of the best states you'll find for that exact purpose. Say what you want about the Mormons, but they were onto something when they decided Utah was the place. Utah has a phenomenal economy, ranked second in the country, just behind Colorado, and is firmly in the top 10 to top 15 in most other categories we use to create this list. What might make Utah more attractive than Colorado for those who are looking to relocate is its affordability. Featuring beautiful national parks and other forms of recreation, Utah is about as fine as a state to live in as they come. Number 3, Minnesota. Being the top 3 is Minnesota. Known for its vast forests, lakes, and overall natural beauty, you'd be hard-pressed to find a more virtually appealing state anywhere else in the country. The environment is paramount here, and that's evident by the fact that their cities are consistently ranked among most of the top cleanest and most energy efficient. The places here are known to be very friendly, even to newcomers. While it doesn't blow the doors off of any one individual metric, the state is consistent in just about all of them, making it a no-brainer for our number 3 spot. Number 2, New Hampshire. There's a reason Walter White relocated to New Hampshire. If you value the environment and natural aesthetics, you can't be doing any much better. Yes, you could probably go missing here and never be found, but that's not what you need to be focused on. The state offers some of the best educational opportunities in the country, where it's consistently ranked as one of the safest as well as healthiest in the entire nation. And it's also the state with the lowest crime rate. How could it get any better? Well, it has one of the strongest job markets out there too. New Hampshire might not be the most exotic option, but it's definitely one of the best places to relocate, no matter what your values are. Lastly, number 1, Washington State. The Pacific Northwest definitely appeals to a certain type of person. The scenery's gorgeous. There's plenty of natural beauty with all the mountains, waterways, and forests. But here is a lot more to be offered as well. Washington comes in as the best state to live in the US for a multitude of reasons. Taking a look at some of our key criteria, it's easy to see how Washington winds up at number 1. Their education is ranked as number 4 in the country, as well as their healthcare system. Their economy is ranked as the 3rd best in the nation, and there's no state income tax either. It's in the middle of the pack with its crime rate in relation to other states on the list, but all that tells me is that you could do a whole lot worse in that department. In all seriousness though, Washington has gained wide appeal to many looking to relocate over the last couple of years. And with all its beauty coupled with economic and educational opportunities, it's pretty obvious why this is the best state to live in the entire country. So, there you have it. Those are the top 10 states to live in the United States for 2021.